Hello, YouTube world, to my kinfolk back at home in Tennessee and all my friends out there in the Philippines. Just want to say, all my new subscribers, thank y'all so much for watching my boring little channel right now. It's freezing here in Tennessee. I don't even know what the weather is Celsius wise, but it's cold. I mean, it's cold. So, got my coveralls on, got my Carhartt. They definitely come in handy in the winter months here in Tennessee. So, yeah, I just wanted to get on here and shoot this video and get a little therapy. You know, it's always good to talk to a camera, uh, I think. So that's why I do it. You know, I can't wait to do the travel part of this little channel. That's gonna, you know, not only show you how beautiful, you know, the island is, but also, you know, it's going to let you know why I chose the Philippines, you know. Um, and everybody's got their own reasons for leaving America. I've got mine, you know. It's, I ain't even going to talk about it till I get back outside of America, you know, to be honest with you. But, you know, those that know me, they know the reason why I left, and really that's all that matters. Um, but, you know, it started out, I, you know, met a gal out there, spring of 24, ended up, uh, fall of 24, had a real bad accident, almost cost me my life, and then ended up being able to walk. Went to the Philippines to meet my LDR and her family, and ended up breaking up with her. Then ended up with an infection in my leg. I'm pretty sure that was from this accident. Uh, that's what the doc out there told me. And so, you know, ended up surgery and healing, and ended up staying 10 months in the Philippines. So I had to come back here just to handle the insurance side of things of that accident, you know, of course, which is fine, you know. It's definitely something that had to be done. And when I get back, I mean, I got 3 years on the tourist visa. I have 3 years, so I don't really, and I may stay all 3 years. I may, you know, I may come home for the summer. Um, just depends, really. You know, I'll keep in contact with my friends uh, that's here, and I'll keep an eye on, you know, what's going on in America to even decide if I come in, you know. But I'll definitely have to come in for my son's graduation. So, you know, but he's still got a couple years. He's only a sophomore, so he's got a couple years yet. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch base with all you foreign guys out there, and you know, and let you know, man, that I chose the Philippines. The cost of living. Uh, Cost of living is a whole lot, you know, better in the Philippines. Now, I mean, if you're on even a tighter budget, you know, I'd say, to me, I would say Cambodia would be one, Vietnam two, Indonesia maybe three, and the Philippines four. As far as that, as far as, you know, cheap, you know, wanting to eat healthy, all that stuff. I mean, you know, of course, I lost 110 pounds, which I've got all this garb on today, but you know, I lost 110 pounds while I was there, and I knew right then that it was the food here in America. Uh, you know, so, you know, cost of living, the people out there are amazing. Like, so nice, so curious. You know, they all want to know your story. They want to know, um, you know, everything about you. I mean, they're just so respectful and so kind, you know. So to me, I think God knew exactly what He was doing, uh, you know, when he brought me there. And I fell in love with the place. Really. Um, Three would be the weather. As you can tell, I got more, I got layers of clothes on, and out there I wore nothing but shorts. Because it's so hot. Breathable t-shirt, shorts, and a hat, and that's it. I never wore pants. I mean, I see Filipinos all the time wearing pants and then breathable long sleeve shirts, but they was born and raised there. Me. It's to me it's like August is in Tennessee. So if you like, the down south hot weather, but it's year round. Four, uh, which I can't do it right now, but eventually I'll be able to grow a crop year round out there. So the food, I guess, would be four. That and the ability to grow your own food and your own fruit year round. Santo, coconuts, uh, papaya, mango, pineapple. Dole is based in the Philippines, and there's acres and acres, or they call them hectares out there, but there's acres of just pineapples. As far as the eye can see. So it's they're huge on agriculture in the Philippines, and thank God for that. You know, Me being an old country boy from Tennessee, I've always tried to grow me a little garden, uh, peppers, corn, tomatoes, okra, the normal stuff, potatoes. I plan on eventually, you know, when I get married out there, uh, building a house, trying to find some land, build a house. And, of course, being a foreigner, I still have to even though I'm married or get married, you still need to get an attorney involved, just for to basically, you know, cover your own rear end. Like you always want an attorney involved, and that goes for even buying a secondhand, car or anything like that. Like get an attorney out there. That way, all the paperwork, everything's going to be documented. They're old school, so everything is paperwork. It's not all done on computers like it is here in America, which I'm thankful for. You know, uh, but you know it's still a cash society, huge cash society. You can order off of Shopee or whatever and pay COD. You can pay cash on delivery. I love that part of it too. So it's there's so many pros is the reason why. English speaking, for the most part, not everybody speaks English, but most of them do. Most of them do speak English. So, that's if not, I'd say if Vietnam probably spoke more English, that would probably be my choice, just because of everything. It's a beautiful country too. Like it's got the mountains, it's got the beaches, um, it's kind of got everything. And that's what I like. I like being. You can be up the mountains within an hour, 2 hour drive, and you can be at the beach within 30, 45 minutes. Especially from where I'm at. Depends on where you're at. You could be, one place closer and one place further. But yeah, it's that's the reason why I'm, you know, technically I'm just visiting. it's it's uh it's this weather, man, it's cold, just bitterly cold weather. Is just Last year was the first winter that I'd spent in the Philippines, and I can handle the heat a whole lot more uh, than I can this cold weather. So um, there's so many different reasons, but there's so many different uh, guys that have approached me, like, asking Americans asking me, about the Philippines. And I tell them, hey, man, just need to go for yourself, because everybody's got their own opinion about things. But uh, me personally, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I cannot wait till, I'm going to Mexico first. Whenever I leave America, I'm going to go to Mexico, hang out down there for a few days, just a little R&R, and then I'll be flying out of Mexico, coming straight back to the Philippines. And it could be for 3 4 years. I mean, or at least 2 years. Uh, but anytime that you leave and you come back, your time starts over. So that's another good thing about the visas in the Philippines. And they've got the SRRV or something, and I could have that wrong, but it's a retirement visa. Uh, so I think you give the Philippine government like $15,000, and it basically makes you a dual citizen. So you don't have to do the immigration every 2 months to go renew it and all that. And that's you know you need to make sure that you're going to be there. You need to make sure that you love it there. Uh, there's a lot of things I haven't got to experience, the island hopping, uh, all that stuff. I mean, like I said, pretty much I was in the hospital or healing, So once my leg healed up enough where I could travel, I came back here immediately uh, to try to get this resolved. And don't know really when in 26 it'll get resolved. I know it will be resolved, but I don't know when, So I just got to take it one day at a time. It's actually time's flying by. It's tomorrow be December 1, so it's actually going by pretty fast. I'm hoping before March, for sure I'll be back in the Philippines, but you never can tell. I just got to ride it out till it does. It could be June, July. Who knows? I mean, really, who knows? Uh, but eventually I'll start getting, more antsy about, right now there's already a date set for the end of January. So I've just kind of got to ride it out till then, kind of see how that goes and go from there. But uh, yeah, I've got some work I still got to get done on my property. So, like I said, I don't know what day I'll actually be back, but I'm definitely, God willing, I'm definitely going back for sure. Uh, and just show you guys, show you guys the neighborhood that I live in, which you can kind of see in some of my older videos, the apartment. But like, I want to get a drone, just to, show y'all how the houses are built so close together over there. It's definitely a different world once you get out there. My apartment doesn't have hot water; it only has cold water. So you wash your dishes in cold water. You uh, take a bucket bath in cold water, unless you're like me and I cheat and I take a coffee pot, warm it up, put it uh, in my bucket, and then I take my bucket shower. Uh, so there's so much to cover, really. You're pretty much starting over, so you're going to have to buy a bed, you're going to have to buy a fridge, you're going to have to buy uh, an air conditioner, you're going to have to get a water cooler to drink the water, like a closet or a wardrobe. We call them wardrobes here. um, you're going to have to get all that stuff. uh, don't think about trying to buy clothes in the Philippines unless you're, 5'2" and or shorter, and 120 pounds, because it's almost impossible for an average size American to find clothes that'll fit him, or at least where I'm at. I've heard Amazon does deliver there, so I'm going to try that whenever I get back, because I know I'll be there for a longer stay. I won't have anything, knock on wood, that'll make me, have to come back or have to leave. Just like this was kind of a I had to situation, but other than that, uh, it's just different world out there. Like really, it's Southeast Asia in general is a different world. Like the people are so polite and so kind. Like I'm not doing all that bar hopping and you know, if you're into that, like Angeles City might be more your, you know, Manila, go to the big city, Cebu, there's definitely, places that have a bunch of bars. That Angeles City is huge for bars. Like I watch a couple vloggers. I think it's Chubbs Dub C. Yeah, I watch him. He's located in Angeles City. Shout out to you, man. He's actually from Minnesota, so he's another guy that I watched a lot out there. But he doesn't drink, but you know he still you when he's on his motorbike and he's running up down them roads, all you see is bar after bar after bar. And foreigners will be sitting there early in the day drinking, drinking, drinking. Uh, Me, that's really not for me. I'm all about my health, so I try to stay healthy, eat healthy, you know, uh, do everything, especially once that weight just So I know if I do gain any going back into the Philippines, another 6 months there, man, I'll lose the other 50 pounds, and man, I'll be look good, feel good, smell good, So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun journey for myself, So uh, if you're worried about meeting new people, don't worry about that at all. You'll find probably some of the best friends that you've ever met out there eventually, if you're there long enough. Now if you just go for a little bit, then you know uh, you're not going to have the opportunities like I've had out there. So if I was you, I would just go to stay, get you a hotel room, stay there a couple weeks, ask the ladies or the guys, whoever's working at the hotel, hey, do you know of a condo or a apartment or boarding house, something that I can rent, because it's going to save you. I mean, the hotel room's going to get in that back pocket a little bit, but and they'll know something. They will, they'll even help you. You know what I mean? So, and I had a blank slate. I didn't have anything, so I had to buy plates and cups and uh, everything that I just named. I had to go purchase, and I didn't do it all at once neither. I think I started with the water cooler, and then like the next month or after I got out of the hospital, uh, I ended up buying the aircon. So that was my next thing. And well, I had to get a bed. I had to get a mattress because the boarding house that I was staying in had two sets of bunk beds, and the land person, he ended up taking one set out while I was in the hospital to give me more space in there, uh, so I could walk, or well, really I was on crutches. Uh, but it gave me a lot more space, and he put me a bum gun in. So, and then, I was out of the hospital, and Kay ended up finding an apartment. Uh, Shout out to you for she actually had an upstairs apartment with her cousin at this place where I'm at now, and uh, and it was the same, it was like probably three times the size studio apartment, but it was same amount of money, you know, uh, and I was just tickled, and it was on the lower floor, so that's the only apartment I wanted. I didn't want to upstairs every day. That's more for the students. I mean, there are a few couple families I think that live upstairs, but still, you got to think every time you going grocery shopping, you're going to tote them things upstairs. Anytime you're going to do laundry, you know, uh, or take it to the laundromat, you're carrying them downstairs, then you're carrying them back upstairs. And it's just, more steps that, with me, with my leg the way it was, there was no way I could took it upstairs, So, I just want to get on here and kind of let you know, man, it's okay. It's okay to for new adventures. You just got to be the adventurous type. You just can't. Don't be a procrastinator. That you're just sitting there. I wanna go out there, but I don't know. Blah blah blah. Like, man, I'm telling you, like you need to just go. Suck it up, Buttercup, and put your big boy panties on and just go do it. That's the easiest way I know how to put it. It's I'm telling you, I don't have any regrets. Matter of fact, I'm a godfather now to baby Alex out there. Good friend Ryan, and his sister Ging. Uh, you know, Grace is her name, but everybody calls her Ging Ging. So that's what I call her. So. But man, I hope everybody's having a blessed day out there. Really, I do. I hope everybody, if you're on the fence about, thinking about Southeast Asia and you're able to go, man, take off. Like really, just take off, go do it, go experience it. Stay. Vietnam's very cheap. Like it's even cheaper than the Philippines. So the language barrier may be a little bit different, but there's Google Translate. Like, don't let anything stop you. Don't let nothing stop you because, we get one good go around at this show and we all want to make it count, so just go make somebody smile today, and encourage them, man. If they're thinking about going somewhere like what I just talked about, just let them go. Just encourage them. If it's a family member, just say, give them that little extra oomph that they need just to get on down over there and see it for themselves, because vlogs do a lot of justice, but they ain't nothing like having boots on the ground. But y'all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Okay, thanks for watching this channel.